Hello, girlies, and welcome to Girl Beats World. It is such a pleasure and an honor that you decided to tune in today, and I really appreciate it. I want to provide you all with content that you find valuable, that gives you answers, that helps save you time from research, and helps save you money as well. So, let's jump right into what I feel like is a perfect Tips Tuesday video. Some of you may be asking, what is Tips Tuesday? Tips Tuesday is a day where whenever I have some content that I feel like will be valuable to you all when it comes to defining makeup terms, when it comes to understanding languages that people in makeup stores may use with you, or when you're shopping for products, or that vloggers are using and you're like, okay, I still don't understand what you're talking about. All of those are things that I hope to provide to you all, so that way it makes your makeup shopping experience a little easier. Like, makeup isn't cheap, it's a big investment, and I really want to provide you with all the information you need that's going to make sure that you're not losing out on your investment. So, with that said, I thought the perfect first Tuesday topic would be undertones. Undertone. I hear it all the time in videos. When I go shopping for any type of face product, a lot of people usually talk about it in terms of foundation, but your eyeshadow actually greatly affects your undertones as well. The first thing they ask me is what's your skin type, and that can include oily, dry, or combination skin, but it also greatly includes undertones. Why? Because foundation has different ingredients that may bring out your undertones and complement them, or that may clash with your undertones. And we're not about clashing here at Girl Beats World, okay? We're going to beat clashing. All right, so let's take some time and just define what undertones are. I'm also going to take a little time to explain how do you determine what your undertone is, and then also how do you go about reading labels to make sure that you're choosing the right foundation for your type. I also plan on uploading a video around oily, dry, and combination skin, so keep a lookout for that. Without further ado, let's get started. So, what are undertones? Undertones are the additional shades of color that are present within your skin along with the dominant shade. So obviously I am a dark brown girl, but I also have undertones of mine are pretty neutral, but some gold and yellow undertones sometimes peek out through. So we're going to define the types of undertones there are, and then we're going to talk about, like I said before, how to identify them and what products work best for your types of undertones. Okay, so types of undertones. Let's jump into that. The types of undertones include cool undertones. Cool undertones are colored pink, they're red, they're bluish undertones. So if you have white skin or brown skin or tan skin, but you see hints of red, you probably have cool undertone skin. The next type of undertone is warm. Warm undertones include, like I said in the beginning, that yellow, gold, peachy color. Those undertones usually are on people who have darker hair and darker eyes, but it can apply to anyone. There's no set rule to it. Next, we have neutral. Neutral undertones is really where I lie. It's when you have hints of cool and hints of warm undertones, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's right in the middle. I happen to be neutral, but I lean a little closer to the warm side. So I have more of those yellow and golds rather than those bluish reds or pinks on the cooler sides. So, honorable mention, and one that a lot of people don't talk about, is olive. Olive is described as ashen or more of a gray undertone. Now, I know ashen doesn't sound the sexiest, but that's okay. Plenty of beautiful celebrities and beautiful people have olive undertones, and you guys, it looks amazing. So don't get thrown off by that word if you happen to fall into that category. There's plenty of makeup out there for you, and some that's even better than some of the other undertones. Now that we've taken some time to discuss and define the different types of undertones, let's figure out how we can determine which undertone we have. So, finding your undertones, there's a couple tricks, okay? None that are very helpful if I show you because I'm pretty neutral, but we're gonna make it work, okay? So, veins. Looking at your veins on the under part of your arm is the easiest way to determine whether you are a cool, warm, neutral undertone. Okay, so blue veins have a cooler undertone. If you look at your veins and it is blue, you definitely are a cool undertone. Okay, which again are those pinks, red, and bluish colors. If you have green veins, you most likely have warm undertones, those yellow, golds, and peachy colors. If it looks blue-green or even like a purple and you can't really tell, welcome to my world, you probably then have neutral undertones. So I hope all of that makes sense. Veins is the first way we can check what type of undertones we have. Okay, next is jewelry preference. So jewelry actually helps determine what undertones you have because it brings out the undertones very quickly. Okay, so we've checked our veins and we're like, I'm thinking I'm neutral because it looks a little bluish green to me. I can't really tell. So next we want to go into looking at the jewelry preferences. Have you ever put on a gold necklace and been like, ooh, child, no, this ain't for me? Or have you tried putting on silver jewelry and it clashes with your skin, it does not look good, and you immediately take it off? Like if you have foregone silver jewelry and you only want to wear gold jewelry, then that probably means that you have warmer undertones. Gold brings out the gold in your skin, that yellow in your skin, and that peachy color. Now, if you are like, don't give me anything gold, gold don't look cute on me, no ma'am, no sir, rocking with that silver, then you probably have cooler undertones, okay? So as Black women, brown women, all of us probably have one of each. Go ahead and put on some gold earrings, put on some silver earrings, and see if either one of them clash with your skin. If they don't, guess what? You're neutral. I love gold. I also really like silver, as you can see from my background here. So I am a neutral undertone, so I can get away with both. So I'm pretty lucky, and whoever else is neutral tone, you're pretty lucky too, but doesn't mean you're unlucky. You just get to save money and you have a clearer, easier preference. So good for you guys. All right. Now that we've talked about veins and we've talked about jewelry preference, next we want to talk about your skin type. So different skin types determine your undertones. Cooler undertone people usually tend to burn in the sun a lot. And if you're Black or if you're darker skin and you're like, burn, what is that? Now, all of us burn, okay? This is not a white thing or a fair skin thing, okay? So you can have cooler undertones and be darker skin, and you can determine that by if you are easily burned, if you're out in the sun and you start peeling or your skin is easily affected by the sun, then you probably have cooler undertones. Warmer undertone people tend to burn less. So it's not like, oh, I've never burned, or I've burned before, so I must not be warmer undertone. That's not true. You could just you could still possibly be a warmer undertone even though you've burnt before. I just think research has shown that warmer undertone people burn less, are less likely to burn, or burn not as easily as cooler undertone people. So once again, if you're in the middle, you have neutral undertones. So you may burn, you may not burn. I am exactly that. Sometimes, depending on where I am in my location, I vacation a lot. I really don't play about the sun. Like, I can easily burn. I burn here and here, but I won't say easily, but I do burn. I'm not one of those people that can just be like, oh no, I can live my best life and be out in the sun. Like, if you ask my friends, I am immediately like, oh, it's been a couple hours. It's time for us to re-up on our on our sunblock. Like, I don't play those games. So neutral people, once again, you're right in the middle. You burn, but not as easily as some of your friends, but you do burn. That means you're neutral. So here is a fun chart that you can look at that kind of helps you map out where your undertone is. It asks you about your eye color. It asks you about whether you burn easily or not. It asks you about your jewelry preferences, and it kind of maps it out to help you more easily identify your undertones. Now, there is no perfect science to this, okay? There is no, okay, I'm absolutely red, or I'm absolutely a warm undertone, gold. Like I said, I'm right in the middle. Sometimes, depending on what the foundation is, sometimes the foundation makes me look too flat. If I get a straight neutral foundation, I look extremely flat. If I get one that has red in it, and you can determine that by, usually it has an R or a Y, or it just says red undertones on the label, then that red can honestly stand out too much. So I can be right in the middle, and like I said in the beginning, golds and peaches in the foundation really work out for me. So we talked about the definition of undertones and what they are. We talked about what different categories fall under undertones. And then we also talked about how to discover which undertones you have. Now, here are a few foundations. I'm going to name 5 that are kind of low to medium price, and then 5 that are medium to high price for foundations that you can try out. And I'm recommending these because they have such a wide range of colors and shades. So yes, on the foundation label, it may say dark, but it may say dark with shades of yellow undertones, or it may say dark dash red. Now that you understand which undertone you are, you can determine, because just because it's dark, when it's on your skin, if you're doing a dark with yellow and you are a red undertone person, or if you're doing a dark with red and you have olive undertones, that foundation is going to clash with you. And if you've ever gotten a foundation and you're like, why does this make me look ashy? Why does this make me look burnt? It's because you're not looking at the red, yellow, olive, neutral, peach description that is either on the label or in the title name itself. So be sure to do your research. If you can't find it on the foundation, or if you want to look online first, that's definitely an option. I have been doing some foundation research and some foundation hunting, getting prepared for this video. And on a lot of these sites, when you click on the color, it describes what the undertones are. So you can go into the store and say, look, I'm a warm undertone, a peach, and I noticed that these are 2 options for me. Can I try out these colors? And it helps save the anxiety and the angst that goes with foundation shopping. And maybe it's just me that has angst, but either way, I want to save you from that, okay? So the 5 foundations. We have Fenty Beauty Pro Filter. That has a whopping 40 shades, and you can get that for $34. Anastasia Beverly Hills stick foundation is $25 and also has a wide range of shades as well. Maybelline Fit Me is our affordable option, and that one is Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation. It is $5.99. Now, when I was doing my research for this video, I did notice that there was a range. So it could be between $5.99 to $8.99, and Maybelline offers 40 shades. Thank you, Maybelline, for coming up with a drugstore affordable foundation that's for all skin types, because I've had hard times before I had the budget to afford more expensive foundations, finding a foundation that works for me. So those were our low to medium price foundations. For the medium to higher price foundations, we have Nars Natural Radiant Longwear Cosmetics. That has 33 shades, and that ranges between $47 to $49, depending on where you go. Cover FX Power Play has 40 shades as well, and it's $44. So that is an option for you as well. Lancôme Teint Idole Ultra Wear Foundation is $47 and also has 40 shades. And then finally, Too Faced Born This Way is $39 with 35 shades. I am currently wearing Too Faced Born This Way. The foundations that I've recently named, I have not tried all of them, so I cannot absolutely say that they're the best foundations. However, they do have the brightest range of shades, and so they may work for you. But a big piece of this is the type of skin you have, whether it's oily, dry, or combination. I'll be releasing a video next Tuesday to talk about those skin types and to give you some advice on how to handle those. Once that video's up, I'll be sure to link to it below. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment and make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if you have any suggestions for videos or anything that you're like, wow, I've been listening to these videos for so long and I don't know what they mean by this or that, let me know. I'm happy to help any way I can. Thanks.